Okay, so are you the visionary of the organization or the CEO, and you're really good at that, but sales, maybe not so much? Or do you have a group of individuals that are on your sales team and they are just bogged down with a lot of to-dos and you would love to free up their time so they can do what you've paid them to do, and that's to sell? Well, today I'm going to talk about why outsourcing your sales activity is a great idea. We're going to talk about the benefits of outsourcing. We're also going to talk about how easy it is. And then finally, we're going to talk about, is it profitable or not? Because at the end of the day, you're in business to make a profit. So let me introduce myself before we get right into it. My name is Tanya Carter. I am the owner of C&C Business and Staffing, where we help businesses to grow their revenue by calling their leads. We close their sales, and we also consult their sales reps, even if that sales rep is you. It doesn't matter what it is, we do all things sales. So if this information is good and you like it, please hit that like button so I'll know it. Also, please subscribe so you won't miss anything. I think that's all the housekeeping. So let's get right into it. So I have my notes because I know me. I will start talking and we'll be here for an hour. So I don't want to do that to you. All right, let's get down to business. The benefits of outsourcing. Let me just tell you what outsourcing is in a nutshell. Instead of you hiring someone to do your sales activity or you giving that to your existing teams, you will outsource it. You will contract with someone else in order to get the job done. Now, the beauty of outsourcing is the fact that you can get a job done, and it doesn't have to be a long-term commitment. It could be very project specific, long-term, short-term. It can be, I need you to set appointments so that my reps will have people to call, and you only do that. I mean, you can design what you need the team to do. Now, if you're working with a good salesperson or a sales agency, it really doesn't matter the product or services, because good salespeople know the, I was going to say the beauty of sales, but really it's the art of sales. There's a science to the art to it and of sales, and they know both. Now, yes, if they have been exposed to a particular industry, that's a bonus. But really, when you get down to it, what you're looking for is someone who understands sales. You're looking for someone, whether it's B2B, business to business, or B2C, business to consumer. They can do it. Inbound, outbound, it doesn't matter. When a salesperson understands the, like I said, the science and the art of sales, they can pretty much sell anything. Now, the benefits of outsourcing is, number one, you get the client without having an employee. And the reason why I say that, so you get what you want and you pay someone for their time, but then when you're finished with the project, you're done. That we're going to talk about a little more about the profitability, but yeah, that is a big deal. That's a benefit, that you can actually get what you need without a long-term commitment if you don't want to. And right now, my understanding, and I've talked to a lot of business owners, right, and entrepreneurs, right now, the number one struggle is to find really quality employees, but you still have to run your organization. Outsource it. You can find real good, outsource talent, meaning that you can contract with someone and still get your whatever that task you need done. Okay, another thing another benefit is that you can test drive some things. So what do I mean by test drive? Say you have a product or service and you want to test the market. Instead of using your time or your sales rep's time, you can actually hire a sales team and test the market, see what works, see what doesn't work. Typically, when you outsource it, it's cheaper than if you were to have an in-house sales team do it. So you can test the market and see, hey, is this a path we should go? Also, what you can do is you get to see that person in action. So if you're working with an individual, you get to see them in action, and you get to see, do I want a long-term relationship with them or don't I? So that's what I mean by test driving. And as I said before, it's project-based. So those are the benefits of outsourcing. Second point, it could have been the third. It's probably the third. Anyhow, outsourcing is super easy right now. And the reason why I say it's so easy, because there's so many places you can find talent in order to outsource. You can Google them. There are third-party platforms like Fiverr, Upwork, also freelancer.com. These guys have a bunch of people who specialize in a particular area. You go in, you contract with a third-party platform, you get to see their reviews, you get to see their hourly, and then you get to interview them before you even contract with. I mean, super easy. A couple of things that I would recommend you do. I would recommend you see their resume to see what their background looks like. Look at their reviews, see if it's where a lot of people are saying that they're having trouble getting the result. You probably want to stay away from them. But if you have good reviews, you can try them out. Also, you want to look for someone who's within your budget. It makes no sense for you to get somebody outside your budget because that really it defeats the purpose and profitability. So anyhow, so those are freebies. All right, last but not least, oh, and I forgot Bark. See, this is why I have to have notes. Bark is another good one. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about profitability, because I've mentioned it a couple of times. Number one, no overhead. No overhead. When you have an employee, you have to buy, even if they work from home, you have to buy their computer. You have to make sure that you pay for their internet. You don't have any of that when you outsource the activity, because you're only paying for the service that you are asking for. Also, when you are outsourcing, there's no employment tax. You don't have to give them benefit, and there's no management time. Oh my goodness. I used to be a director of a sales organization. It was international. I spent most of my time doing management, meaning I had to work with people, figure what's going on with them, those kind of things. It takes a lot of time. When you outsource it, you don't have to do any of that. If they're not doing what you want them to do, you can just find somebody else. Quick, fast, in a hurry. So all of those things are helping you with your bottom line. But let's talk about your top line. Like I said before, you are outsourcing something that's critical to your organization. If a business is not selling, it is not going to exist too long. So you're getting the benefit of getting the revenue in, a revenue generated investment, but you're not having all those the overhead costs. I hope that makes sense, because in my mind it's really clear. It's like you get all the benefits without all the problems. Outsourcing is sweet, and that's exactly why I got into it, because I saw the writing on the wall, meaning that a lot of organizations, even they're starting out and they want the expertise of sales, but they can't afford it, or they already have sales reps, but they want to pay their sales reps. These are Usually a good sales rep is making six figures. You don't want your six-figure person doing prospecting. That it's not a good use of their talent and not a good use of the money you're spending on them. So you can outsource that activity and get it done and leave them to do what they do best, and that's closing the sale. All right, you can actually get someone to do these sales activities. Now, it depends on the project. Like if you pay somebody for appointment setting, that's a different price structure versus if you're paying somebody to close. But to give you a range, on average, I've seen good quality. Let me tell you, good quality sales professional appointment setting around $25 or so an hour. Closers are like anywhere between 10-15%. The most I've seen is 20% for the sales, and usually closers are commission based. So yeah, that's really a sweet deal. I think I covered everything. So again, consider outsourcing these sales activity. Make your life easy, beneficial, easy to do, and is profitable, meaning that you really can get the best of this world because you'll get the sale, but you don't have all the headaches that it normally, you have to do when you have an employee. All right, until next time, you guys be blessed. And if you have a topic you want me to cover, let me know. But I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.